It's coming right at us. Where's it go? We're going back. We're going back.
I was hit. I made a serious mistake.
After my accident, I had a hard decision. Keep doing what I love or quit. Maybe I'm crazy, but I would never quit. After nearly a month without a car, my first storm chase back would be in northern Missouri, where I chased this incredible supercell. As soon as the storm started to show signs of producing a tornado, I let it pass by, cause I didn't want to get hit by a tornado again. I think you can understand that. My next big chase would be a 10% chance of tornadoes in my home state of Colorado, where I'd meet up with my good old pal Kelton. We would see a couple little dusty landspouts, but the craziest thing we saw was the Dominator. The next day, we would go all the way down to Oklahoma to chase these pretty little storms.
What's up, bud? You look tasty, number 26.
Despite being a 10% chance of tornadoes, these storms were not going to produce. And I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to see a tornado. Good thing I would have another chance. The next day, we would drive all the way up to Nebraska to chase a large area of 5% tornado chance. I had a pretty good feeling about this day. The day started out as a huge letdown. The storms we were chasing were poop, but an isolated supercell would initiate and we would race to get a view. When we got there, we were treated to one of the best tornadoes either of us have ever seen, the North Bend EF2. I mean, come on, just look at this thing. The tornado would change forms, turning into this tall, dusty tube, which is unlike any other tornado I've ever seen. Unfortunately, we would have to end the chase because of downed power lines.
There's down power line right ahead of you.
After that tornado, I would go back home to Colorado, and for the rest of May, setup after setup would take place in eastern New Mexico and the Texas Panhandle. While most of the Storm Chaser horde were participating in Clovis summer camp, I decided to stay home because of flooding and a serious lack of roads. Well, I'm kind of glad I did. I would still see some incredible storms. Would also capture the best sprites I had ever captured at the time, and on multiple occasions would document the rare green ghosts, which were recently discovered by our favorite storm chaser, Pecos Hank.
Ghost! Ghost! I saw.
See that little green thing? That's the ghost. Spooky. And just like that, it was already June. Normally by this time of the year, things are starting to slow down, but that was not the case in 2023. During the first half of June, I would continue chasing with my buddy Kelton, photographing beautiful storm after beautiful storm. This part of the season showed how much more there was to storm chasing than tornadoes, like goofing off with your stinky friend. And incredible God bolts.
Oh my god!
But I was hungry for another tornado, and I would get that chance on June 15th when a moderate risk with a 10% chance of tornadoes would set up over some of the best chase terrain in the country.
It's rotating like crazy. Alright, I'm gonna pull over here.
Kelton and I would track this isolated storm near Radin, Oklahoma, where this needle funnel would turn into an extremely tall, skinny tornado. Even though this might just look like a funnel cloud, there was absolutely circulation at the ground, showing this was definitely a tornado. The coolest moment was when a single part of the tornado's vortex would condense into a little noodle suspended mid-air. I have never seen anything quite like this. This tornado would only last for a few minutes, but I still consider it one of the prettiest tornadoes I have ever seen.
Kelton, what the hell's wrong with me?
Everything.
The next day, Kelton and I would chase this beautiful supercell in southern Colorado.
Yeah, this is a nice storm. It is gorgeous.
While it was beautiful on the front side, it was even more beautiful on the back side.
Uh-oh. Kitty's under there. Definitely could do better in a tornado than a Prius.
On June 17th, I would chase the storm in the Oklahoma Panhandle. It would produce a little bird fart tornado, which technically might be a tornado, but this thing is a piece of crap. The storm would continue to grow, producing a huge mesocyclone, which looked like it was about to put down a giant tornado. But for some reason, it just never got it done. The true show of the day was the sprites, which are the best sprites I have ever captured. After those natural fireworks, Kelton and I would have to part ways, ending his chasecation, but my season was just getting started. On June 22nd, I would chase right on the heels of this large, messy circulation in the Denver suburb of Highlands Ranch, Colorado. This tornado was strange for a few reasons. For one, it's not normal to have a large tornado like this right by the mountains. Also, the fact that it went right through the Denver metro area, the city I live in, is a really strange experience. The Highlands Ranch EF1 would mark the start of the greatest hot streak I have ever had since I've started storm chasing. The very next day, I would chase this prolific supercell in Wyoming that would put down beautiful tornado after beautiful tornado. Because of the storm's slow motion, I had the chance to get close, but I decided against it. I was playing safe, and while close footage probably gets more views, I actually think seeing tornadoes from a peaceful vantage point is way more beautiful. The last tornado I would see on this day was this extremely tall tornado near Scotts Bluff, Nebraska. The sunset and mammatus clouds in the background make this the most beautiful tornado I have ever seen.
What? Oh, it's so beautiful. That is the most gorgeous tornado I've ever seen.
And then I would almost die from hail.
Some huge hail.
On June 27th, I would celebrate my birthday with a local chase in western Nebraska. All my best friends showed up to the party.
We need to move, guys. We need to move. Just kidding. You guys are great. I love you guys. Bye.
And I would get my favorite lightning shot of the year. The next day, I would again find myself chasing in western Nebraska. This storm was trying to kill me. In this strike, you could actually see upward streamers coming out of the trees. I would then see this funnel cloud that other chasers would report as a tornado. And soon after, the storm would develop a rapidly rotating mesocyclone.
This thing's about to put on a big tornado.
It was brewing something big.
Oh, there's a tornado.
I would gawk at this large, dusty tornado, and then this happened. A lightning bolt would strike right on the edge of the tornado, which is the first time I have ever seen this.
We gotta move.
I would reposition a little bit further away and would get out of my car to record the tornado. Right as I got back in my car, this happened. Lightning would strike the power pole right in front of me. You can even see the upward streamers coming out of my car. I was almost struck by lightning, making this my second near-death experience of the year. But this time, it was lightning, not the tornado. As June came to a close, I thought my season was pretty much over. But in July, I would reunite with Kelton, although this time, we were going after a different type of storm, monsoons in southern Arizona. Chasing monsoons is a little bit different than chasing tornadoes. It's a lot more about the beautiful scenery. Their true beauty comes out at night when the constant sparks of lightning light up the desert skies. Oh yeah, and we stopped at the Grand Canyon too. Kelton would have to go back home to Florida, which really sucks because the very next day, a 5% chance of tornadoes would set up in eastern Colorado. I would see one of the most incredible tornadoes I have ever seen in my life, the Yuma EF3. This tornado would start out as a large, dusty circulation and would appear as if it was going straight into town. Eventually, the tornado would reveal itself as a tall, dusty tube. There's just something about this tornado. I can't really put my finger on it. It was magical. And really, this goes for all tornadoes. There's something so mesmerizing. But in a way, this mesmerization can be a trap, which was something I learned the hard way early in the season. But over the course of 2023, I had to relearn how to storm chase. And well, I think it was actually my best season ever. This tornado would receive a rating of EF3 with maximum winds of 150 miles per hour, which is extremely rare for Colorado.